How many of you buy on Amazon here? How many of you buy at Flipkart here? How many actually watch Netflix? You, I, are using data, are we not? You and I generating data, are we not? You and I consuming AI, are we not? Are we using that? We are now a consumer and generator of data. Clear? Let us demystify what is AI. Power of basics. Take the letter I out of AI, that is called intelligence. Intelligence has been used by each. Got knowledge, got data, got intelligence, we did new things. But we did individually. I came up with the idea, could be that to get done by a machine. And that is AI. What is AI? Use data, generate data, decide what you want, get mathematics, get the experts. That is AI. Everybody clear? Clear? So, mind is built to do the processing of that data. But we can only do small problems. Problems only have 3-4 parameters. A machine today can do 179. It is extending the human capacity, human capability. We are now able to solve problems that we are not able to do so. Mr. Manish Goyal, my favorite company, Mayo Clinic, an incredible human servant. Most people will use it. That data comes, you process it, let the machine do the mathematics, you decide what you're looking for. Today we had those, a company called Inference that is linked with Mayo Clinic. It started 7 years ago, and that data, they use data, use the algorithms, and they are now able to show 5 years earlier the occurrence of cancer. And that has been given out to one of the drug companies. So take the mystery out of AI. Don't get hung up on digitalization, AI. It is the basics of it that you master. Use your own, whatever you are doing. And the 3 things I want you to keep in mind, then I'm going to take you through some very specifics. 1, anywhere you can generate data, do it. You need sensors, you need some other devices, generate data. Anywhere you can use data and connect the two, fantastic. You can convert that into algorithms. Algorithms are mathematics equations, and we are in the early innings to go past. Get that, then you run your business, what you want, where you want to go, and let the data generation, data usage, repeated, let the experts do their magic. Am I clear on this part of it? Now I go to some very simple things. Here, could you put that on, please? By the way, I don't use PowerPoint. So I want to be with me, we'll open it up, whichever way you want. Yeah, put the, do you see that digitize or die? No. Digitize or become a trillionaire. What do you guys think of that idea? Let's look at some. Those who use Amazon, he was nobody. Jeff Bezos was nobody. It started $1 trillion company. What do they sell? Ordinary shirt. If you have a business, you go on his platform, you sell on his platform, and you get the exposure to the world instantly. What's the magic? You recognize the value of data, value of internet, builds a machine, and in 20 years or less begins to move towards a $1 trillion company. I will show you the secret. Why does it get to $1 trillion? Anybody can do that. Why I love what Mr. Goyal showed you. They have collected global data. They can get more data. They're making this data available to all the qualified people. And you get that data. You have an idea what to do with this data, build your machine. You can build that machine sitting in a small village. You don't need fence system. You can do that. We have in Hyderabad all those people who can come there, work together, and build the engine of the algorithms. A large part of algorithms are available for renting. Many of them are free. So here, digitize or die. Digitize, you can go towards the $1 trillion party. So make up your mind which one you want. And learn to do that, then what it means. That all of us, including myself, learn what this AI is, what it can do, and how it can do. Let the expert do the computer programming and things of that kind. So I'll take you through this. Power of basics. Every billionaire I work for, and I do in Brazil, in Japan, in the United States, China, they master the basics. And then they improvise as the conditions change. The basics here is data. And the basics here is, what is it, the problem you're trying to solve? We want to predict a cancer 5 years earlier. Very clear definition. You go to Mayo, get the data, you build the algorithms, detect it, run it, and see if you can figure out an app that will tell you with the data from the body that you can forecast. We now actually have it for respiratory disease and for cancer. Today, this thing exists. But a great global service by the Mayo Clinic that you can get all that data, and they have data on the pathology, on the slides, and you can photo it, and you can go forward with it. A fantastic job. So in doing that, the idea here is data, and let the mathematics run it. And then you begin to see that this data you generate, you use, generate again. And then you create the compounding part of the data, let the mathematics do this stuff, what you're going to do. By the way, this was invented in 1062. This is that old. So we're not inventing the wheel here. But they did not have computers, they did not have internet, they did not have the cheap communications. All this thing comes in the 20th century, 21st century. That's why it's becoming, people can do, collaborate against the whole world. Now, you all know, and Abhishek ji from the ministry laid out how much can we do. But it is in healthcare, I brought these items just to impress upon us that this whole intelligence that's coming out of the data, no matter what shape it is in, it is actually altering the domain technology of healthcare. Domain, the old technologies. Look at this. We now are able to synthesize the proteins that affects the health. It's done. More to come. We are able to identify new molecules fast. We are able to have new materials, new theorems going after. Then I put the dots. This is all available. Those who want to know it, use ChatGPT and put your prompt, what materials, what domain technologies have already been altered by AI. It will come out to you in less than a minute. Get the knowledge, what it can do. Go after it. So now it's not just getting the data and giving you answers. They're altering the basics of biology, basics of materials, basics of how the disease works. So here, it's a value chain. Every company has a value chain. Please have a look at it. Inside the box, you have the back office. A lot of manual work, paperwork, things of that kind. It's a low-hanging fruit. Many of the companies are just doing that. It's okay if you learn it, but really it is very insufficient. In the healthcare, in almost every game, you have the regulations. Now also people are now digitizing all the needs of regulation. We have companies today that are digitizing the application to FDA. All that is going on is good. You can do that. Take a lot of labor out, be accurate. It is sufficient. Then we have corporate overheads, and they are increasing at a very high speed and a very high cost. We can simplify those and reduce them. We can do that. But it is the operations inside, manufacturing, quality control, all those things where you have a lot of positives, a lot of benefits that you can do that. So there are a number of places you can do the digitization. Digitization means, in my language, data to come out, processed, used, and generates data and do it again. That's what I mean by the digitization all the way. Now we go to the value chain. So you have number of places. Many companies have 60% of the cost in buying inputs from vendors, materials. So that's a distinct area that you can digitize, get data, use it, put it together, and get a clear benefit of cash flow, of cost, reliability, and quality. On the front end is consumer, patient, and we say we work with the patient, get the data, process the data, interact again, get the interaction data, and you recycle it, you know what's really happening. Today we have Indian companies who actually get the doctor's data. It comes to India, they process it, send it back, and so the Indian cost and American pricing. And they make a very good money, and I've got two of them, and their market value is in billions. And literally true. They are in Hyderabad, in Chile, and they developed this about 8 years ago, and they built the company on that basis. So here, then I go to something that I'd like you to imagine with me, and I want to challenge all of us. It doesn't have to be anybody do that. So the first part is why the legacy companies are failing to do digitization. So my perspective, looking at the whole world, as you know, God gave me the gift, and looking at many industries, some 90% of the legacy companies are not yet able to do the digitization. They want to, but they are not. So I want to tell you the first part, it's the wrong mindset. What is wrong? Wrong mindset is there is no return on investment. We don't have to do it. I have the experience. We're going to change the mindset because everybody should come to the conclusion, no digitization, no life, or you get left behind. Change the mindset. I will take you how to do economically. Number two, wrong CEO commitment. The CEO is too busy. It doesn't get the priority on his time, on her time. And doing that, the greatest mistake is that they let the chief digital officer carry the burden. Chief digital officer alone cannot do it. Let's be very clear about this. Every single company I go through, and they try to give chief digital officer to carry it out, he or she alone cannot do it. Because those people know mathematical equations. They know how to process data. They don't know the business. It's a business change. And so we'll take you how you do that, and therefore why they fail. The third bullet is very important. They don't assign full-time teams. Everybody is busy, so this is an add-on work, and they cannot come together to solve the tough problems of the data analytics. It's not just either or. Walmart. It was lagging behind. Family owns 51% of Walmart. They have a qualities required for a family member to be on the board. And they made a change in management. New person came in about 7 years ago. All from inside, all homegrown. And he put digitization as number one priority. He bought a company for $3.2 billion. That company had done work with Amazon. That company has experience in using data, generating data, processing data. In the early stages, he cleaned up the back office of Walmart. Then they learned about it. Then they brought a senior most HR person, whom I had the privilege of working with. She was HR person of Adobe. Adobe is a born digital company. She understood how to get digital in any company. She began to persuade the CEO to bring key people in operations who understand digitization. So Mr. Macmillan built the executive team who have learned digitization. So you have digital people on the thing together. And now Walmart is a machine that uses data. 200 million people, 99 million people visit a Walmart stores every single day. They generate data. They have data. It's personalized data. When you do your shopping at Amazon, they have data on you. They send you recommendations. They generate your feedback. Walmart has it today. They now have moved into healthcare. And they will use that data for healthcare purposes, just as Apple tried to be in the healthcare. So here, Walmart, in my mind, has made. And by the way, once it got it, you see the stock price moving exponentially. Clear? Exponentially. It can be done. It should be done. They're going into healthcare, in the parts of healthcare, for roughly 200 million, 300 million people visiting. Is a great help because many of their clients are low-income people, middle-income people. This helps going forward. We have here, there's in Flipkart that they own. Again, same thing. They're a very good company, fantastic. I'm allowed to interview the CEO here. Great job, growing at a fantastic speed. And Walmart is putting money in this company. All that technology coming in here. So there are some competing with Amazon. And then you see a company like Amgen. They're shortening the cycle from the selection of the molecule to the patient. They've cut out at least 1 year as far as I know. Here you have Novartis. They have this thing going on for the last 7 years, and you see in the operations how that cost inventory is going down. And they put that in. Mr. Narasimhan is a person who's a technology person as a CEO. And he had this thing 7 years ago. We're going to get ahead of the curve. And then you have here Moderna. Moderna is a digital company, software-defined company. The gentleman, the CEO, Mr. Marcel, he made the molecule selection in 2 hours. I've never known anywhere else in the COVID. And got the vaccine to the patient in 1 year. And that time will be short. And we needed it so badly at the time. But it's company he built, all digital, all the way. No non-digital at all. There are more companies in devices. The watch, electronic, it generates data. I go that many thousand steps, they know it. I read the Kindle, they know exactly where I stop, how much what was the screen, what are they doing with it. So all of that is, people are succeeding. Pharma. You see the straight line? 10 years, 12 years, multi-billion dollars, choosing the target, choosing the molecules, trials, decisions, the specialists in between, FDA approval, get to the intermediaries, PDMs, and then to the patient, pharmacy. And you say, 10-year cycle, billions of dollars, and the success ratio very small. This is ideally built for digitization. So now I'm allowed to see this. Selecting the right target is all database. Repurposing the drugs, all database. Selecting the molecules, we know how to do that. The major area is the trials. How do we improve? The trials design, selection of patients, interpreting the data, and making decisions. This is being worked on. We have not cracked the code yet, as far as I know. But somebody raised this beautiful question. Said the data come in with new algorithms, limited data, can we predict that this drug will not work early and cut it? Go to the next one. So you can save the time there. But the work is going on. I'm just not privy to it. Am I clear? If we cut this by 50%, what do you think will be the benefit? And the work is going on. So low-hanging fruit, people working how to automate FDA application. Sure, it will help you. You look at the last 100-year data, which is available from Mayo Clinic today. It's available to the qualified people. And see what's the pattern, which ones came in, which ones didn't come in.